Today, I learned about aerodynamics. And if you follow motorsport or racing of any kind, you're probably thinking about downforce and drag coefficient and things like that. What I'm talking about is the special aerodynamic bubble that happens right in this area when you're aboard one of Harley-Davidson's touring models, specifically the Road Glide and the Street Glide. At $26,199 for the Street and $26,599 for the Road Glide, they're not exactly Harley-Davidson's entry-level motorcycles, but what they are is iconic. And the Street Glide, with its single headlight batwing fairing, is perhaps the quintessential Harley-Davidson motorcycle. The bikes are both powered by the 107 edition of the Milwaukee 8 engine, good for 93 horsepower and about 110 pound-feet of torque. It'll rev to a fairly leisurely 5,500 RPM. That can be an issue if you're used to riding bikes that are a little bit higher up in the rev range, and you'll run out of revs quickly until you make that mental adjustment to let the bike pull hard from low down in the range. And it will pull reasonably hard. This 388 kilo motorcycle isn't exactly light, but it'll get to highway speed with enough efficiency and pull out, roll on, and make those overtakes. Both bikes are identical mechanically, but there are some subtle differences that mean that the decision between the two is more than just an aesthetic one. First, the bar-mounted fairing on the Street Glide allows that whole dashboard and infotainment, navigation and radio system much closer to the rider. That means it's easier to get at, easier to operate, and easier to access when you're on the road. In contrast, the Road Glide, with that really cool dual headlight fairing, that fairing's frame mounted and it sits much further forward, making that dashboard and infotainment system a little bit harder to get to. What it does do is give you much better protection from the wind and increases the size of that little aerodynamic bubble that I spoke about earlier. It's got cooling vents, and opening them actually improves cooling a lot without introducing a lot of turbulence and buffeting. So from a wind buffeting perspective, then the Road Glide is the best option for you. If ergonomics are your thing and fiddling with the maps, then the Street Glide is probably going to be a better fit. After that, the differences really are aesthetic. Both of them get adjustable rear suspension, although you do have to remove the pannier to get to that suspension. And both of them get foot forward controls and that classic Harley-Davidson stance. I find it's a little tough on your lower back when you're doing long distances with your feet forward in that position, but a lot of people really live for it and really enjoy it. What I became grateful for today was the heel shifter. Getting my foot underneath the lever at the front to shift up is awkward on a bike with big footboards like this. That heel shifter was a saving grace. On smooth highways and flowing roads, this is a comfortable, easy to ride bike. It holds its line, it takes a set, and it just maintains a composure that makes it easy to ride for a long time. In many ways, taking out a Street Glide or a Road Glide is a little bit like riding a car, only more fun and more exposed to the elements and more a part of the world that you're in. If you're a touring fan, there's lots of options on the market. Goldwing, BMW, all of those make really well executed bikes that come at this job from a slightly different angle. But if you're a Harley-Davidson fan, there's really only one option for you, and it's this 2018 Harley-Davidson Road Glide and Street Glide. I'm Jacob Black for Canada Moto Guide and Autotrader.ca.